in the building. I go by the name of Mike Sports Vibes Ballin'. And I'm extra hyped right now because I'm talking about the Philadelphia 76ers. I'm talking about specifically what Paul George said to VJ Edgecombe on the latest episode of Podcast P. What did he say? What did he say? Not these exact words, but this is what he said, right? He said, "We need you, VJ Edgecombe. You're the type of player that we need. You know what I mean? You're the type of player that we need. Bring that athleticism. Bring the defense. Just, you're the type of player we need." That's what he's pretty much saying. And he's telling VJ Edgecombe on the latest episode is to be yourself. We'll kind of pretty much work with what you got going on. And I like that. I like that about Paul George, though. Because you want VJ Edgecombe to feel comfortable and be himself. You know what I mean? Shout out to Ron's Opinion. Don't matter. Shout out to TY in the building. Everybody, make sure you smash that like button and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Y'all know the vibes. Y'all know the vibes. Y'all know the vibes. Y'all know the vibes. But Podcast P, man. My guy Paul George told our rookie VJ Edgecombe, "You're what we need. You're what we need. We needed athleticism. We need defense. We need a pretty much a player that's already going to just jump right into the NBA and just produce right away. He already has the skill set to produce right away." And Paul George, on the latest episode, said that to VJ Edgecombe. My whole thing is this. I like it because he is telling the rookie, like, yo, we want you to be you. We want you to just do what you got. Whatever you bring, that's what we want you to do. We want you to be yourself. We don't want you to feel like you got to kind of like bow down to like a chain of command. You know, Joel Embiid, Tyrese Maxey, Jerry McKay. Like, he's making them feel comfortable to do whatever he has to do. PG needs to go. Hey, listen. I don't know if PG is going to go. And the reason why I say PG can't go because of that money. You got a lot of money. And shout out to everybody that's in the building, man. Appreciate each and every one of y'all. Make sure y'all hit that like button if you haven't already. Show a brother some love. I'm talking about Paul George. Paul George said to VJ Edgecombe on the latest Podcast P show that, this is what he said to VJ Edgecombe, "We need you, brother." So that means we need you to be yourself, pretty much, in other words, right? We need you to bring that athleticism. We need you to bring that drive. We need you to be you. You know what I mean? We don't want you to try to be anything else besides you. And I love that. I love that. And see, that's the one thing about, Paul George, you're starting to be on my good side now, brother. Shout out to Big Task in the building. Shout out to each and every one of y'all that's in the building. Make sure you hit that like button. I cover the Philadelphia 76ers on this channel. I cover the Philadelphia Phillies on this channel. And I also cover NBA breaking news. I also cover NBA playoffs. I also cover MLB playoffs. And another thing that I'm covering on this channel is boxing. So if you're interested in good vibes, make sure you hit that like button and hit that subscribe button. It's definitely going down. Shout out to each and every one of y'all that's in the building right now. What did Paul George say to VJ? Pretty much like be yourself. In other words, like, we need you. Pretty much he was saying, we need you. We just need you. We need you to be yourself. Bring that athleticism. Bring whatever whatever you was doing in college. That's the reason why we drafted you. So I need you to continue doing that, but on a higher level, obviously, and do it in the NBA. And I think VJ Edgecombe's going to fit right in. I feel like VJ Edgecombe is definitely going to be the type of guy that not only shows flashes of a potential all-star. I'm not saying he's going to be an all-star his rookie season. I'm not going to go that far. But a potential all-star eventually in a couple of seasons possibly. But he's going to already jump in the NBA and be productive enough to make an impact on the Sixers early on. It's not going to take It's not going to take a long time for VJ Edgecombe to be very good. I really feel like that. It's not going to take a long time for him to make an impact on every game that he gets in the game for. And that goes to, and listen, Nick Nurse is going to have to play him. Nick Nurse is going to have to give him an opportunity to show what he has. And because I already believe if you got one of the, I'm going to say leaders, because he is a vet on the team, whether we like it or not, Paul George is one of the vets on the team. And if you got one of the leaders already telling him that, yo, we need you. We pretty much knew what it was on draft day. And we just need you to be yourself. And we don't want you to feel like you have to play down, like when it comes to like what your abilities are. Be yourself and we'll adapt to what you got going on. And I like that about Paul George. So in this latest episode on Podcast P, Paul George pretty much said to VJ Edgecombe, I need you to be you. I need you to do the things you did in college. I need you to bring that athleticism. I need you to bring that defense. I need you to do all the little things. And that's what I respect about Paul George. So Paul George, he's starting to get on my good side a little bit. Now, if he could be healthy and be that two-way player that we know he can be, we might got something, man. Because he was pretty much saying, like, we have a mixture of older players. We got a mixture of younger players. That's why when people be like, oh, the Sixers are just so old. Yo, the Sixers got a lot of young talent, bro. A lot of young talent, right? The two oldest players, well, of course you got the point guards, Eric Gordon and Kyle Lowry. Take them off the team, right? I know they own the team, but take them off the team, right? When you talk about a Jared McCain, when you talk about a Tyrese Maxey, you know what I mean? When you talk about a VJ Edgecombe, Justin Edwards, you know what I mean? Ricky Council's gone. Ricky Council's gone, y'all. So Ricky Council's gone. And then you got, who else do we got on this team that I really like? Kelly Oubre Jr. I'm not really sure what they're going to do with Kelly. I hope we could make sure everything. I think he's under contract, I believe. So I don't think he's going anywhere. Then there's rumors about Quentin Grimes re-signing, which I'm not even that excited about Quentin Grimes re-signing, to be honest with you. Get overrated man away from the Sixers. As long as we have Paul George on this team, the Sixers aren't winning. I mean, that could be a fact. This is the year, though. Like, to be honest with you, this is the year that's going to tell everything. If the Sixers don't do anything this year, they're gonna go full rebuild mode. And then it's not going to really be a rebuild mode because we already got an all-star in Tyrese Maxey. We have Jared McCain, a potential all-star, and we have a VJ Edgecombe, a potential all-star. So it's not even like a rebuild, like a total rebuild where we don't have no talent. We have a lot of talent on the Sixers. It's all up to developing. It's all up to our coach giving the opportunity. It's all up to the little things like that. You know what I mean? But to be honest with you, man, I really do respect Paul George on what he said on his latest show. I think that was, I'm not saying I'm shocked about it, but I love the fact that he's already saying to a rookie, like, yo, I just want you to be yourself. We need you, bro. Everything that you bring, we need you to do that for us. We need you to play defense. We need you to bring your athleticism. We need you to do whatever you did in college. I need that. We need that. And I like that about Paul George for saying that, man. Letting the rookie know, like, yo, yeah, we got big names on this team. We got Joel Embiid, a former MVP, a two-time scoring champion, a gold medalist. Yeah, we got Paul George. I don't know how many times he made the All-Star game, but he's a very good two-way player when he's healthy. Yeah, we have Tyrese Maxey, another All-Star. Yes, we have Jared McCain. He could have been the Rookie of the Year. Yeah, we got all of that. We got a lot of young talent. We have a champion as a coach. You know what I mean? He's a coach that won a championship with the Raptors and Nick Nurse. Yes, we have all that. But at the end of the day, Paul George is telling VJ, like, yo, we need what you bring. We need that. Of course, yeah, make sure y'all hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. What's going on, Malik? Like, nice to see you, bro. Nice to see everybody in the building. Of course, PG going to say that He not going to say VJ is trash or horrible. Yeah, I get what you're saying. But yeah, that's true. But just think about it though. He has to pretty much say that he's not going to be negative about Bull. We just drafted him. But I do believe what he's saying, though, because if you watch VJ Edgecombe's game, even I know it's just Summer League. I'm not hyping up Summer League like a lot of other people. But if you see him in Summer League and what he was doing, forget the offense. I don't even care about the offense, y'all. I'm talking about the defense and the athleticism. Forget about the offense for a second. This man was getting blocks. This man was getting steals. This man's defense is very good already. Mind you, he's a rookie. Mind you, he's still probably growing into his man body. He might mess around and be might be 6'6". He might be 6'6" or 6'7" one day. Who knows? He only 19 or 18, whatever his age is. So he's still probably growing. So it's like, I don't think Paul George is just saying it just to say it. I think he's saying it and he actually means it. Because listen, I'm not a basketball expert. I don't pretend to know everything about basketball. I'd be wrong about a lot of stuff. Just like I thought the Sixers were going to make the championship. I thought the Sixers were going to be world champions. And they keep getting knocked out. They keep breaking my heart and all that. But at the end of the day, guess what? I know a little bit. I know a baller when I see him. And VJ Edgecombe, in my opinion, is a straight up baller. He's a straight up baller. When will VJ start his true career as a for real, right? As a DJ. Mike, when are you going to realize that keep these washed out players are going to continue to hurt this team? Mike, you are living on hope and we need reality, bro. Look at OKC. I mean, I can't compare OKC because that's not. I don't want to look at OKC because that's not my team, and we're nowhere. We're not even built like OKC. We're not built like them. Their whole team is freaking. They're all young, man. They all in their freaking early prime. Like, I don't even want to talk about OKC. It's not. I want to just focus on what the Sixers got going on. And just because OKC won it doesn't mean that's the only way that's the only way you can win a championship. There's other ways. There's other ways you can win a championship. And listen, I'm gonna tell you this right now. And I know what you're saying. You're gonna be like, oh, blah, blah, blah. You're gonna say, oh, well, the Sixers ain't nowhere close to OKC. Right now, we're not. I'll be crazy to even think that we are. But I'll tell you this right now. In my honest opinion, if we have a healthy team, the team that we have right now, I'm talking about the team we have right now, even last season, healthy. I'm not saying we'll beat OKC in the finals, but I'll tell you right now, they will have no answer for Joel. I understand people will be like, well, why you keep saying Joel? Joel ain't never healthy. There's no answer for Joel. That's my point. OKC would not have a chance. Hartenstein would get cooked. Holmgren is too small. So what is the answer for Joel? There's no answer. And listen, I love SGA. Ain't nobody stopping SGA. And I like Jalen Williams. I like Alex Caruso. The list goes on. Yada, 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 yada. Lou Dirt. I like them all. I like their team. But I'm just saying, as being optimistic, maybe a little delusional, people keep forgetting, and this is what's so funny, because when Joel Embiid starts having a good season, if he does come back, T.Y., you're going to be the first one saying, oh, that's my MVP. He's going to hop right back on the bandwagon. You're going to be like, oh, my gosh, we have a chance. Instead of being kind of like mellow, like, all right, we know what it is when he's healthy. We know what it is when he's not healthy. When we're not healthy, we don't have a chance. And that goes for any team. Take any main player off of any team, and I guarantee you they're not winning the finals. I don't care how good your team is. If you take SGA off of the Thunder, they're not winning a chip. I don't care how good their team is. If you take Jokic off the Nuggets, they're not winning a chip. I don't care how good the Nuggets are. If you take Luka off the Lakers, they're not winning the chip. I don't care how good the Lakers are. The list goes on and on and on. So if you add a Joel Embiid, right, and hope the best, right, and you have a healthy Jared McCain, Tyrese Maxey, Paul George, you got your power forwards in Janai Broom and Watford. You got Kelly Oubre Jr. coming off the bench as well. Then you got we'll see what happens with Quentin Grimes. We might do a sign and trade. My mindset is I don't think we keeping Quentin Grimes. You get what I'm saying? But like I understand the narrative that Sixers don't have a chance because they're never healthy. I understand that. I understand it, and I understand the frustration. And listen, but I still have the other mindset is like, when we finally get healthy, I want everybody that's doubting the Sixers, and look, including myself, I hope they prove me wrong too, because I doubt them too sometimes. Not to keep the same energy, just give the Sixers credit. Because I honestly feel like if they're healthy, they could beat any team in the East and any team in the West. Because there's only one force in the NBA. I don't think there's one player in the NBA that's more unguardable than Joel Embiid. And I don't care listen, just my opinion, I'm putting anybody, SGA, Kevin Durant, anybody, I don't care. There's nobody, in my opinion, that's more unstoppable than Joel Embiid. I feel like, what was the record? He scored more points than minutes. Was it his MVP year or for his career or something like that? Like, it was crazy. The stretch runs, people forget, man. But when he reminds everybody, I want everybody to keep the same energy. Not keep the same energy. I don't want you to. I want you to give credit when credit is due. But I'm not going to be a Sixers fan and say, oh my gosh, the Sixers don't ever going to win because they got these players. Then why be a fan? Why even watch the team? Why even watch the team? I mean, you could be realistic. Yeah, look, if the Sixers don't start off great and Joel Embiid's hurt, obviously we don't have a chance. But before the season starts, I'm not going to sit here and say the Sixers are done before the Sixers even start playing, because I look at the talent around Joel Embiid. Maybe Jared McCain could be the star of the team. Maybe VJ Edgecombe is better than what we think he is, and he's actually a Jimmy Butler. I don't know. This is Nick Nurse's final shot. Yes, and Malik, I love this comment. If he doesn't get it done, Sixers might. Yes, not even a might, bro. If he doesn't get it done this year, and shout out to everybody in the building, make sure y'all double tap the screen and hit the like button. Double tap the screen and hit the like button. Show a brother some love. Y'all know the vibes over here. Mike Sports Vibes Balling. Salute to each and every one of y'all that's in the building. But yeah, it's not even a debate, bro. If Nick Nurse doesn't get the job done, because you can't just listen, injuries are going to happen, right? But your coaching has to be on point. I witnessed last season, and y'all know I go live for a lot of games. I witnessed last season that Nick Nurse had Yabusele at the center position, y'all. They had Eric Gordon, Kyle Lowry, and I think Reggie Jackson in at the same dang on time. Now tell me, is that coaching to win or is that coaching to lose? So it has to be a combination of we're healthy, right, and coaching, and give the young players an opportunity to shine. What's going on, Nick? Yeah, I wish they would sign me. Kyle Lowry will destroy Uncle Mike. Hey, listen. I'll get destroyed by any NBA player. I'll never pretend that I'm anywhere close. But I'll tell you one thing, I probably will score on some. Hey, listen, they might beat me one-on-one. Let me have the ball first. I'm gonna get a bucket. Watch, I'm telling you. They gonna underestimate the ball, hit them with the Hemi crossover between the legs, behind the back, pull-up jump shot right in their face, they're going to be like, oh, hold on now. We might have to look at this boy on a two-week contract or something. Hey, listen, I ain't saying I'm the best, but I ain't no slouch. You ain't just going to just dominate. You just not going to just destroy me, bro. I'm going to put up some shots. I ain't saying they're going to go win all the time, but I'm going to put up some shots. Trust and believe that. Trust and believe that. Embiid is the most dominant player in the NBA, and I challenge anyone. Nah, you can't say that, T.Y. You just said they all washed. I don't know if you trolling or you being real. But everybody is so quick to forget. And I understand why. And but I like where we're going though. Because even if Joel Embiid never gets to where he was, and shout out to my bull Dom, even if Joel Embiid never gets to where he was, we have a bright future because we have we have Jared McCain, we have Tyrese Maxey, and we have VJ Edgecombe. We have a bright future regardless. We got a lot of talent. But at the end of the day, though, it starts with Joel. My allergies are starting to act up. But, yeah. It's a fact, though, bro. I can't get away from that fact. If Joel Embiid doesn't start the first game of the season, we're in a world of trouble, man. We're in the world of trouble. But as a delusional Sixer fan, I honestly feel like we got a chance, man. If everything goes the way I think it could go, we have an honest chance. I'll put our lineup against any lineup. And that's including, and I'm not really worrying about the West, but that's including the Nuggets, OKC, Clippers, anybody from the West, anybody from the East can get it. Because that's how good I know that's how good I know Joel Embiid is. And that two-man game between Joel and Tyrese Maxey is crazy. And we didn't even really get into the how good it could really be because we have a Paul George because nobody was healthy. We don't know how good it could really be because Jared McCain was hurt as well. You get what I'm saying? So this team is going to sneak up on a lot of people. And I guarantee you, once we went after the first 25 games, watch what people are going to start saying. Oh, wow, the Sixers are actually looking good. I'm like, what do you expect? Our best player is back playing. Like, what do you think is going to happen? You know what I mean? Yeah, shout out to my bull Dom for that comment. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I put Embiid on OKC and name. Nah, never. They'll never do that. They'll never get Joel Embiid. Name me 5 centers in the league right now. That's better than Joel? Well, right now, if you're talking about right now, Jokic is definitely better than him right now. Because of health, I'm gonna go Victor Wembanyama. Because of health, just as because he didn't play last season, I'm gonna go Towns. I'm gonna go Bam. That's all I can name off the top of my head. But if he's playing and he's playing at the highest level he can play, he's neck and neck with Jokic. To be honest with you. Kyle Lowry, only player on the team that's won a chip. That's underrated. Championships experience is huge in the locker room. That's why I want him around the team, but not playing. I get the whole championship pedigree with players. I get that. I understand it. It's very underrated. I understand that, but the problem, it was the last statement you said. But not playing. You said but not playing. See, the problem is he's going to play. That's the problem, though, Malik. Like, I get everything you're saying, but the problem is Nick Nurse loves this man so much that he will play. So that's the part that we're like, all right, yeah, I get what you're saying. Experience, a veteran leadership. He won a championship, but he's going to get too many minutes because Nick Nurse is going to think he still has something left. And he might have moments, and I think, and look, I hope he proves me wrong. I hope Kyle Lowry does his thing. Shit, go back in time and be the old Kyle Lowry if it's possible. But at the end of the day, I'm not gonna sit here and be delusional and think he's gonna be the championship Kyle Lowry. He shouldn't have to be. The problem is he's gonna get the minutes because Nick Nurse loves Kyle Lowry. Let's just keep it real, bro. I'm not trying to be like negative. But as much as I get what your statement, I get and I understand where you're coming from, let's keep it real. We know he's going to get minutes, bro. We know it. He's going to get too many minutes. He's going to mess around and take minutes from VJ Edgecombe. He's going to mess around and take much needed minutes from Jared McCain. That's my biggest thing on this whole matter when it comes to Kyle Lowry as the point guard for the Philadelphia 76ers, one of the point guards for the Philadelphia 76ers. This is not me disrespecting the man. I know he's a champion. He's from Philadelphia. He was a very good point guard when he was in his prime. He was very clutch, made a lot of clutch baskets. I have a lot of respect for what he did. But at the same time, I don't know how old he is. I don't know if he's 38, 37, 39, whatever he is, right? Injuries add up, bro. And I don't even really go by just the age. I go by the injuries because you could be in your late 30s and be healthier than someone that's in their 20s because of you just take care of your body more. A 20-year-old could be really out of shape. A 20-year-old could have multiple surgeries. A 20-year-old could be unhealthy. So I'm not even just going by just the age factor, but you could just tell he lost a step or two. Injuries caught up to him, and he's going to get too many meaningful minutes. And he's going to take away from our young point guards like VJ and McCain. So that's the only thing. But I understand that you want to have veteran leadership. You want to have championship leadership. I value that like you as well. But the problem is what I'm saying. Just notice OKC ain't in the league with y'all. Y'all are here with. Hey, listen. I feel like this, and I would challenge OKC fans. And I like OKC. I got a lot of respect for what they did. Y'all don't have no type of hope against a team, against the Sixers, with a healthy Joel Embiid. I'm not saying y'all won't win the series, but y'all don't have an answer for Joel Embiid. Love your hat. You don't have an answer for Joel Embiid. I love what what he does. He's a very good young center. I like what Hartenstein does, but they're both getting cooked. Everything else y'all got us with. We got y'all with the center position. If Joel Embiid is healthy, we got y'all with that. In a 7-game series, I think it will be closer than what people would think. People think that the OKC would just sweep us. It could be a possibility. They are the defending champs. They won the championship for a reason. But we'll see what happens next year. I'm not even, listen, to be honest with you, OKC got a lot of issues in the West. I understand they're the champions, but the Western Conference just got a lot tougher, man. They got to get past the Nuggets. They upgraded their team with Cam Johnson. They got to get past the Rockets. They got that bull Kevin Durant. They finally got someone that could take them home. The Western Conference is stacked, bro. And I understand people going to say, oh, well, they got to get through us too. I understand that. But that's why I say the West is the Wild Wild West. And I feel like the Western Conference is honestly the best conference. Not saying they're going to win the finals every year, the West. But what I am saying is if you get through the Wild Wild West, you definitely was challenged. Because the Western Conference teams, like people don't understand how good the Nuggets are going to be next year. And listen, hey, listen, I respect what Jokic has been doing and Jamal Murray, but I think that Johnson pickup is going to put them on another level. Because I feel like as much as I like Michael that was on the team, he was always hurt. He was never consistent. Johnson is a player that can get them 30 points in a game if they need him to do it. Johnson is a solid defender. People are underrating his defense. He's a streaky shooter. I don't know what his 3-point percentage is overall, but he's a streaky shooter. So the Nuggets are going to be tough. Man, it's going to be tough, man. I'm from Pennsylvania. Your statement regarding the Knicks, in which the Knicks will have an amazing season. Yeah, you know the Knicks are. I don't know about having an amazing season, but I will say that the Knicks are one of the best teams in the Eastern Conference. I will admit to that. They're not better than the Sixers though. Do you think Zion is a bust? Nah, he's not a bust. I think if he has to get it together health wise. Zion is such a gifted athlete. It would suck if he can't get it together health wise, because I feel like Zion might have to get traded to another team. He might need a whole new scenery to shine. But I feel bad that Zion hasn't really been healthy. It sucks, man. Tyrese is going to have to, but his big boy team, Mr. Yeah, I agree, Malik. West always stacked. East is least conference. Yeah, right now it is. OKC only got to beat 3 West. How important home court advantage? Yes, home court advantage is very important for OKC. For any West team, you know what I mean? Any West Coast team, any Western Conference team, I mean, it's very important. Yo, remember me from... Yo, what's going on, Cornball? What's going on? Rebrand to Michael Sports Vibes. I'll think about it. But yeah, man, I honestly feel like this is how I look at it, right? Getting back to the topic of the video, I got a lot of respect for Paul George for on his latest episode on Podcast P. If you haven't seen it already, this is what he said in other words. He says, we need you, VJ Edgecombe, meaning we need you to be yourself. We need you to bring that athleticism. We need you to bring that defense. Whatever you do, whatever your game is, we need you to do. And I love that Paul George pretty much said to VJ Edgecombe, yo, just be you, bro. We don't want you to feel like there's so much pressure that you have to pretty much not be yourself on this team. We drafted you for a reason, and we want you to just do what you do. And we'll adapt to what you got going on. No, we're not telling him to put up 30 shots a game. That's not realistic. But what we are telling him, if he is going to put up some shots, don't hesitate to do it, man. If you wide open for a 3, shoot that 3, bro. If you think you got a defender that you can take and beat him off the dribble, go do that. We don't want you to hesitate, man. Do you think Bronny will be able to step up and have a good season? It's going to take Bronny to a while. And it's not because I don't think he has a gift or he's talented. I think it's because when you're, and I never experienced this, obviously. My dad isn't LeBron James. When your father is debatably the greatest player of all time, and the team drafts you because of LeBron James, they didn't just draft him because of his talent. They drafted Bronny James because that's his dad. LeBron's his dad. So, I mean, it's just going to be hard because it's going to be a little bit harder for him. Yeah, even if he gets the opportunity, he has to really show his skill set and shine, because people are going to challenge him just because his father is LeBron James. You know what I mean? People are going to do a little bit more, try to cross him up, play better defense on him. People are going to do a little bit more just because of that, man. Will he get the opportunity? I'm not really sure. On the Lakers, I don't know. It really depends on, you know what it really depends on? It doesn't even depend on LeBron. You know what player it depends on, if he wants him to get minutes, Bronny James will get minutes because it's not LeBron's team no more. It's Luka's team. The Lakers are Luka's team. It's not like it was. Now, if it was a year ago or 2 years ago, it's still LeBron James' team. But right now, it's Luka's team. Whatever Luka wants, I promise you, they're going to Luka for everything. They might not say it on social media. They might not say that, but I'm telling you, in order for Bronny James to get realistic minutes, not just some minutes in a blowout, not just 1 minute and then take him out. I'm talking about 10 minutes. Give him a minimum of 10 minutes. In order for him to get a minimum of 10 minutes, Luka's going to have to give that okay, bro. Do I think he can be good? We'll see what happens. You know what I mean? I don't want to put too much. I mean, he already got a lot of pressure on him. But it's kind of like when they tried to, I think Michael Jordan had a son that was trying to play ball. He just wasn't good enough. You know what I mean? There's only one Michael Jordan. I mean, just because you had a son doesn't mean he's going to be as good as you. You know what I mean? Some of the NBA players be having sons. Some of them are not going to have that gift. You know what I mean? And it's okay. You know what I mean? Podcast Pete interviewed a champion the other day, Hartenstein. One thing is he said that many role players need to hear is his job to make the star's job easier. Sometimes team first is best. Right. Role players, and when I say role players, I don't mean that in disrespect. Role players, if there wasn't role players, you wouldn't be a champion, right? Even the stars, the superstars or whatever. He's a very good role player. He's a very good backup center / starting center when need be, right? Hartenstein is a solid defender. He can get you a couple of buckets here and there. Not saying he's going to score 20 points or whatever a game, but he does the dirty work. He dives on the floor. He does the hustle plays. He'll rebound the ball. You know what I mean? That's what you need. You know what I mean? And I agree with that statement. You know what I mean? Role players are supposed to make the superstar players make their lives a little bit easier. Because like when people always say about like, all right, for instance, like going to Michael Jordan, for example, right? Oh, well, Michael Jordan didn't have to do certain things. Yeah, he didn't because he had role players that could do it. But that doesn't take away nothing from Michael Jordan because Michael Jordan didn't have to necessarily do some of the things that LeBron James had to do. You know what I mean? Like LeBron James did everything. You know what I mean? Michael didn't have to rebound like LeBron. Michael didn't have to facilitate the basketball like LeBron. You know what I mean? But everything else Michael did. When it came to scoring, there's no better scorer probably in NBA history. I don't care about the numbers when it comes to all-time scoring. I'm talking about like when it comes to average per game. I don't know where Michael is, but he got to be top 2, top 3. When it comes to defense, there's not many players better on defense than Michael Jordan. Look up the numbers, man. You know what I mean? And look, and then some of the roles that Michael Jordan didn't have to take is sometimes on defense as well, but he loved guarding the best player on the opposing team. Even though Scottie Pippen did it, Michael would do it too. You know what I mean? Pacers, Boston, Knicks, 76ers, Orlando, Magic, Pistons, Hawks, Toronto, Miami, Heat all have real shot to win the East. I don't know about Toronto. I agree with the Hawks. I don't agree with the Pistons. I don't think the Pistons have enough. I don't care how good their regular season is. They're not beating the top teams in the East because they only got... Who's their second best player? What's the bull? Thompson, right? Maybe. I don't know. They got Cade Cunningham. Oh, okay. He's a good player. Potentially a great player one day. The Pistons don't have enough, man. I'm sorry. They don't have enough. Magic, yeah, I could definitely ride with that. Hawks, definitely I could ride with that. Bucks. Um, you say Bucks? You said Bucks? Nah, I don't know. Maybe. Pacers, no. Tyrese Halliburton got hurt. He not playing for a whole year. Boston, I don't think so either because they might be okay because they got that one point guard. I forgot his name. But Boston, they lost Jason Tatum. You know what I mean? The Knicks, I agree with that statement. Miami, I don't know. They just have such great coaching, and they do have Bam. They do have Tyler Hero. I forgot what other moves they made in the offseason, but Miami might do something. We'll see. I hope Luka wait to sign Big Max. Yo, I said Luka come to the Sixers, man. It's like, nah. I think you should make a channel dedicated just to baseball. Oh man, I can't, man. I can't. I don't know if I can. I don't think I have enough time because I already got 2 channels as it is. So like that's why this channel is kind of like a hybrid channel. I don't think I'm gonna have the time to just dedicate one channel to baseball, but I do love baseball. That'll be hard to do. I think Bucks finished top 4 in the East. Man, I like the Bucks because of Giannis. I mean, Giannis is the reason. You know what I mean? Miles Turner. I don't have faith in the Bucks because of the fact of their third. Who's their second best player? Is it Miles Turner? Who is it? Don't tell me it's Kyle Kuzma. Kyle Kuzma is so overrated, bro. Kyle Kuzma is not that good, bro. After he won the championship with the Lakers, bro, he hasn't been the same, bro. I mean that in no disrespect. He's not the same player. He got the bag. He's a champion. He probably don't really care too much. He's just playing just to get money. I ain't mad at him. Get your paper, but he's not the same anymore. He don't got the same mindset like he used to have. So if you talk about the Bucks, when you talk about Giannis, okay. When you talk about Miles Turner, okay. But who else do you have, bro? Who do the Bucks have that you're like, okay, they got a good, solid team overall? Because it takes a team to win a championship. Look at the Thunder. Look at the Pacers while they were just in the finals. You're not getting to the finals without a complete team. You're not winning the finals with just 2 players. So who's gonna be that third best player? Who's gonna be the second best player? I can't really name them right off the top of my head. You know what I mean? But I think I'm out on Miami. Yeah, Miami. I don't know about Miami. What do you think about? We'll see if it happens. Ty. I feel like Anthony Davis is starting to fall off. You know, Anthony Davis is really, 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 really good. And before he got hurt last season, when he went to the Mavericks, he was dominant, bro. He was dominant. Then he got hurt, bro. He got hurt. I mean, it's like another Joel Embiid situation. Except for Anthony Davis got a championship, so you can't really talk too much about Anthony Davis. You know what I mean? But he's so good, bro. Even at his age, he's better. That's another center. That's another center that I could put over Joel right now because Joel hasn't played. But he has to play, man. If Anthony Davis plays, that's another team. The Mavericks with Cooper Flag, with Anthony Davis. I'm not sure when Kyrie Irving will come back healthy. That's another good team in the Western Conference, man. I forgot about the Mavs. I think Cooper Flag gonna be a dog, bro. And he on the perfect team. But I do like AD. I think when he plays, watch him closely, y'all. He watch him closely. Whenever he plays, I'm not sure if he's hurt. But if he plays, watch his game. Watch his numbers. Watch how explosive he is. Watch how dominant he is. I'm not saying he's the old Anthony Davis. He's still a good player, though. In my opinion. I hope Kyrie takes a year off to recover. I don't think he is, bro. Kyrie needs to focus on himself. Yeah, I don't think he is, bro. I think Kyrie is going to play sometime in the season. I don't know when. I would be lying to you if I said I knew, but I feel like Kyrie's sometime during this season, regular season. I'm talking about a little bit probably past the mid, 3/4 of the season over. He might play, bro. Do you think Cooper Flag will be a good replacement for Luka? If Cooper could be, listen, let me just say this real quick. Luka is such a great player. Like, I don't even want to I think they're two different types of players. Like, they're not even the same type of player. But Luka's on another level. Cooper can't tie Luka's shoes right now because Cooper hasn't done anything in the NBA yet. So I don't even want to compare Cooper right now, but I do like Cooper in his potential of being very good because he's definitely a two-way player. And those who know me know that I love two-way players. I got a lot more respect for two-way players than a player that just plays one side of the ball. Even though Luka's on another level on offense, his defense is not the best. Maybe eventually he can replace Luka when it comes to like the overall game. I'm talking about offense and defense. For his rookie year, nah. That production is going to hurt him. But in my honest opinion, I really do have a lot of confidence in Cooper Flag's ability because his defense, I think his defense is going to be very, very good. I know people are going to talk about his offense and some of the, those are the beautiful plays people love to talk about. But I'm telling you, his defense is going to shock a lot of people. He's going to make a lot of plays on defense. And that's where he's going to get his bread and butter early on in the NBA. Because he doesn't necessarily have to score too much when Kyrie Irving and Anthony Davis are healthy. But we'll see what happens. Eventually, he honestly, he is the replacement. But when it comes to the production, there's no comparison yet. He is the replacement of Luka, to be honest with you. But eventually, maybe he can be better than Luka. But right now, he's nowhere close to Luka. Luka is that bull. And even though I come at him because he can't guard my grandpa, that man is a very, very good player. I really do like Luka. Spurs and Grizzlies when healthy. The Spurs is another team. But I'm taking out the Grizzlies. I don't want to talk about the Grizzlies, bro. For me, the Grizzlies, until Ja Morant could be healthy, the Grizzlies have no chance. Ja Morant, I don't know, man. I don't know about Ja Morant. And I like Ja. I like Ja Morant, but I do agree with the Spurs. You got Victor Wembanyama. You got Fox. You got Stephen Castle. You got Dylan Harper. They got a good team, man. I'm calling it now. Cooper Flag is the next Paul George. LOL. That's actually good. If you really think about it, Paul George in his prime was a very, very good player. It's just right now, we don't know. He might be done. But not when I say done, I'm not talking about retirement done. I'm talking about as like an all-star caliber player. You get what I'm saying? Like, I think Paul George is, I don't know. We'll see what he does this year. But I think Cooper Flag, man, he could be really good. I don't know. I really don't know. I really don't know, bro. Cooper Flag, that bull. Ace Bailey, I could see Utah Jazz being a future solid team in the future. I'm talking peak Paul George. Okay, you talking about peak Paul George? Yeah, okay. Well, if that's the case, that's really good. And if Cooper Flag can stay healthy his whole career, Paul George's numbers could be so much better, bro, if he was healthy his whole career. The problem is he messed his leg up. Remember that crazy situation where he, like, dislocated his leg or fractured his leg in multiple places? And you know what I'm saying? Like, Paul George wasn't healthy his whole career. You know what I mean? If Cooper could stay healthy and if he's peak Paul George Hey, listen, that's a great player. Great player. I know this question is not about basketball, but do you think Caleb Williams will have a decent season? Um, I think Caleb Williams is a very talented quarterback. It really just depends on the coaching. It really depends on the system. I think, and if they establish the run game, this is his second year. He didn't have the best rookie year. He did show some glimpse of like, I love his game, man. I don't care. No, listen, this is coming from a Viking fan perspective. I love his game. It's just, it depends on the run game. It depends on the offensive line. How good did they address the offensive line in the offseason, which I don't know because I'm not a Bears fan. And just doing the little things. I think if he just does the little things and just takes care of the ball instead of and not turn the ball over, and sometimes throw the ball away instead of trying to make a throw or scramble for a first down. Sometimes, some of the best plays, the best, like the mature quarterbacks, right? Like Peyton Manning. I'm going to talk about Peyton and Tom for a second. Real quick. The one thing about Tom Brady and Peyton Manning that I had so much respect for is when the play wasn't working, and it doesn't even matter if they had time in the pocket. They're just going to throw the ball away. They're not even going to take a chance. Because the longer the play happens, so yeah, a wide receiver can get open, but the more of a chance someone can get hurt on your offensive line or something like that. They just throw the ball away. They just throw the ball away. It's the maturity that a lot of young quarterbacks don't have that maturity yet because they want to make the big play. They want to show that they're the right pick, especially if you're a first round pick, especially if you're the first overall pick. Some fans are going to be like, "Oh, why'd you throw the ball away?" Man, that's a good play, man. I'd rather throw the ball away than throw it into throw an interception or fumble the ball. You know what I mean? Like, why not? How many games will the Sixers win? Mid-50s. Mid-50s. They're going to have a good season, bro. They're going to have a good season, bro. Mid-50s, bro. Mid-50s. Yup. This is me being optimistic if the Sixers are healthy, though. If the Sixers are healthy, they got a good chance. If not, yeah, we in a world of trouble. Yeah, biggest hope. You're right. But all right, y'all. I've been on for about almost an hour. Thank you for vibing with me. Appreciate all y'all support. Have a wonderful day, and as always, God bless and be easy. Peace.